Yo, what's poppin', y'all? It's your boy AJ.
It's your boy Nick.
And this is Hip Hop Vibes, the podcast. What's poppin' with you, bro?
Ain't nothing, bro. Just chilling, man. Excited for the show, as always.
Hell yeah. So, if you're just tuning in to our show, or to our podcast, for the last couple of episodes, we've been going down each year, start with 2020 on down, talking about the top artists, top albums, top producer, top songs, all that good shit. But before we get into that, we got some album reviews we gotta do.
Yes, sir.
All right. First and foremost.
Yes, sir.
So first and foremost.
For this shit, bro.
Yeah. So first and foremost, we're gonna talk about Isaiah Rashad's new album. What was it? House Burning? What's it called?
The house is burning.
The house is burning. Yeah. All right. I know you're eager to start.
Well, I mean, yeah. I've been listening to that shit a lot, bro. Man, I love it, man. I mean, he's a really special talent. Like, he's always been special, and I think on this project, it's more of like, you know, what he's been doing. I mean, more of the same kind of vibe. It's chilled, chill out kind of vibe, smoked out type of vibe.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of lyrics and like content, what he's saying. Production's fantastic. It's very cohesive. Like, he's singing, he's rapping. He's a fantastic artist, bro. Like, it's a fantastic vibe. I think for a lot of people will enjoy it, especially people that been listening to rap for a long time. Especially people who listen to Southern rap, because there's a lot of like Tennessee, Memphis shit in there. There's a lot of like, a lot of Outkast inspired type of shit. I read that Isaiah Rashad, I think he decided to be a rapper when he heard Aquemini, when he got a copy of Aquemini. And you can hear it in his music, just the kind of flow and the kind of organic, kind of funky kind of twist he puts on rap. I think it's fantastic. I think some people who don't like more like chilled out, relaxed kind of music may find it a little bit boring, but because I love that type of sound, fantastic, bro. 5 out of 5 for me.
That's pretty much something what I was gonna say. Like, that whole album was a vibe, for real.
Bro.
It's a whole vibe.
Awesome,
it's something you can just like drive down and cruise down the highway.
It's cruising, yeah, bro. Like, it just feels good, man. I really felt like I was just smoking weed, honestly.
Fact.
Listening to it, I feel like it's like I catch a contact just listening to it.
Right. What would you say your favorite album? What's your favorite song from the album?
Damn, favorite song. I mean, there's so many good ones, bro. I would probably say the one with Doechii, the female rapper. I'm trying to see what the name of it was.
What you said?
Yeah, that's the one. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite one. That one's such a vibe. I mean, just the guitar sample and the synth pads. It's so like it's like retro, but it's got that little bounce to it. It's got like a even like the snare patterns and the little 808 rim shot reminds me of like Southern rap, like early 2000s. But it's got like that sub, and it's just got that vibe, man. That shit is just, it's vibey as shit. She killed it too.
Yeah. You saw the video for it?
I didn't see the video for it, no. I gotta see that shit.
Think of like a modern day version of I Get Around.
Oh shit, okay.
It's pretty much like that.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's my favorite song. That and the joint he did with SZA.
Yeah, that was fantastic, bro.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Those are probably my two favorite ones.
I love that one.
And Headshots.
Headshots too, yeah. Those are actually the three that I thought of right away, to be honest.
Yeah.
Those are the three. Nah, shit was fire, bro. It was fantastic.
And who else dropped? Logic dropped the album, or more like an EP. He dropped on Bobby Tarantino 3.
Okay.
He said he's working on his next album. This will be his last album on Def Jam. And I think it should be out by the end of this year.
Okay.
Yeah, but the Bob Tarantino joint, it was fire. For the most part, Logic never disappoints. It's probably like only one project I didn't really fuck with. But other than that, Logic really never disappoints. At least to me anyway. Like, he's always consistent. He stays with the lyrical shit. It's a vibe too. Like, he stays with like the hip hop like 90s type sound.
Yeah.
And who else dropped the joint? Dave East dropped.
Well, I want to ask you, is it a bit different than the one that you showed me?
Yeah,
the one before that. That was very concept and like sci-fi.
Yeah.
That
was kind of more.
That was really interesting. I like that one.
Yeah, this album didn't really have like this wasn't really like a concept album.
It was like just a mixtape.
Yeah, basically. He just threw some shit together. But it still fit. It still fit his vibe. Oh yeah, Dave East dropped that album. I only listened to it like one time through, but it was straight for what I heard. And then Nas just dropped that album. I got to
You like that shit, though. I can tell
Yeah. Nas, he dropped King Disease 2. You know, Hippo was in charge of that one as well. He got songs from Eminem, EPMD. He got a song with Lauryn Hill. This nigga brought Lauryn Hill out.
What the fuck? That's hard as shit. She doesn't show up at shows. I mean, that's crazy.
Right.
Get her on a track.
Right, and she killed it too. Like, she killed that shit. Yeah, she killed the whole
wait
verse.
to that shit.
Yeah, so that's definitely fire. I think that's all that came out. That I'm aware of. What about you?
Yeah, I'm trying to think, man. I always check Spotify. Like, I mean, in terms of, I've been listening to Isaiah Rashad just nonstop. To be honest.
True.
But just going down the list, I'm trying to remind myself. I know they released another Pop Smoke album. I didn't listen to it.
I did hear about that.
I didn't listen to it. Because the last one, I mean, and I won't even front. I haven't listened to the last one either, really the whole thing, but just different tracks. It just felt like they threw so many like guest artists on it. Just like I don't understand why.
Yeah, I feel like they're really trying to take advantage of Pop Smoke now.
Yeah,
like the media. Well, the industry.
Right. Yeah, right. I hope his family gets all the money.
Right, like for real.
But other than that, nah, that's pretty much it, bro. That's pretty much it. Like,
well, with all that said, let's continue with our list.
Yes, sir.
Actually, before we do that, so remember for like the 2010, they had like the Mount Rushmore for the 2010s.
Oh yeah.
They had like Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, and then we picked whoever was the fourth one.
Yeah.
Now, who would you say, like, as far as like underrated artists from the 2010s, who would you put as like the Mount Rushmore for like underrated artists?
Mount Rushmore underrated. I mean, Isaiah Rashad's gonna be on that for me. Isaiah Rashad's on that for me. Oh, that's such a good question. Dave should have said this to me in my face, bro. I take these questions so seriously. I'm like, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking smaller artists who might have not gotten recognition. As much.
Or just somebody who was big.
Joey Badass is on that list.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Facts.
Isaiah Rashad, Joey Badass. I'd probably put Joyner Lucas still on there because I actually think Joyner Lucas is finally getting some more
recognition.
Yeah, but he's so fucking talented. I think he has to be on there for me. I mean, just the skill, his skill alone, he's unbelievable. It's so hard to like think about 10 years of rap music, like all the shit I listened to. Oh, you know what? Well, I don't know. You know, I might have to put him. I'm gonna put Killer Mike. I'm gonna say Killer Mike because Killer Mike, although he's been around for a long time, people know he's been around, been affiliated with Outkast since like the early 2000s.
Yeah,
he's put out projects before. He put out a couple projects, but in 2010 he put out a classic album called Rap Music, which was classic. And then from there, all the work he's done with Run the Jewels. I think he's such a fantastic artist, and he's always stayed underground.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of, and recently he was on the Grammys. He was performing a verse from Run the Jewels with Lil Baby, like a big like anti-police brutality thing, which just shows like the kind of voice he has.
Yeah.
He's the fucking man. If you ask about him, like in his community and work he does for his community on the politics side, I mean, I'm getting outside of music a little bit, but just in terms of music, I mean, in terms of rapping, like he's fantastic. And honestly, between rap music and all the 3 different Run the Jewels albums, I'm gonna put him on that list. Those are my 4. So Isaiah Rashad, Joey Badass, Killer Mike. And what I said another person? Joyner Lucas. Yeah.
Cool. I think for me, I'll put Joey Badass up there for sure. Joey Badass, Wiz Khalifa. I would put.
Oh wow! Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. I mean, we didn't.
Yeah.
I kept thinking small artists, but that's true.
I'll put Wiz Khalifa because he stayed consistent. Big Sean.
Yeah. That's a good one. I like this.
And honestly, I would put Currency up there too.
I see what angle you're going. You're going for like consistency.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's a good. Yeah, all of them are very consistent.
For the most part, yeah, they're all they're always dropping something, especially Currency. Like that dude been dropping stuff since like 05, 06.
Yeah. That's a good point. Because the ones I picked were not consistent. I mean, for the most part, Isaiah Rashad is the definition of not consistent. Like every 5 years, and then Joey Badass, 1999, and then
Summer Nights.
Summer Nights, and then it was like EP. It was like a short joint, I think.
No, he dropped something before the money, or did you drop something before that?
1999 was the first time I heard him.
Yeah, that was the first joint he dropped. I think that was his first mixtape, as far as I know. Like his first major one.
Yeah, and then Summer Nights.
Summer Nights.
What I thought was an EP, like only 7 tracks or something like that. That was pretty short.
I thought it was more than that. No, it was more.
It was longer?
It was longer than that. Yeah. He had plenty of songs on there. Then he dropped Before the Money, which came out, I think it was in 14 or 15 that came out. I want to say like
I wasn't up on it.
I want to say like the end of 14. And then of course he dropped All American Badass in 17.
Right, I think just since then he hasn't dropped anything. So
he dropped like one EP.
Yeah, like an EP with somebody else, I think.
Yeah. He's acting right now, so he's busy acting.
What's he doing? What show?
Power. He's on Power right now.
Oh, he's on Power. Okay.
Yeah, and I think he was doing something else before that, but I can't remember what it was. But yeah, right now he's on Power.
No, it's good. He's right. They got my claps.
Right. All right. Now we can go to the
Okay. Little detour.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, I'll start.
Okay.
2009.
2009.
Best artist, I put Drake. Best producer, I put 40. Best project, I put So Far Gone. And the song, I put Empire State of Mind. So I put Drake because I think in 2009 it was actually a little bit of a drought for me. Looking back on shit, like there was like Relapse, which is like I didn't really care for it, to be honest. And then Blueprint 3, which actually you listen to it. I was doing it like a couple weeks ago. It actually is actually good, but I just didn't really.
It didn't hit. Like,
it just didn't really feel like a J album. It kind of felt like something. I don't know, and I think even in Empire State of Mind, personally, I don't really like the Empire State of Mind song, but the fact is, like, I just felt like it was such a huge song, and having family from New York, it was like kind of like the song for New York. Whatever.
Yeah.
So it kind of connected with me a little bit there, and how it became like a pop song, and I feel like it was one of Jay's like biggest, like it was one of Jay's biggest pop songs. He doesn't do pop songs.
Right.
That was a pop song. It just was a pop record, pop chord progression. Alicia Keys on the chorus. So it was a special song, and it was such a huge song. That's why I put it there. There was definitely runner-ups, and they would have been Drake's songs. One of my favorite of his was Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, and I feel like that specific song was probably the best one off the So Far Gone album for me. And I think it's a big song, and also just in terms of what he was doing musically, how he took rapping and then just for a song just made it this emotional kind of singing R&B shit, which would be the future of rap, which would really shape the years to come.
Right.
So yeah, and producers, yeah, again, I wasn't really moved by that many. I think 40 was doing the most innovative shit with Drake in that moment.
Yeah.
By putting just the way he did, like changing the sampling rate which makes it sound like it has like a high cut filter. All that filter work he was doing and that soundscape he was doing. I have to give it to him for that year.
Okay. So I kind of had like a 3-way tie. I said Drake as well.
3-way
Drake. I said Drake. I said Jay-Z, and then I also said Gucci Mane.
Oh, okay.
It's because Gucci was popping. That's when Lemonade came out.
Okay, I'm about to say Lemonade. I thought it came out in 2008, but okay, you might be right.
Oh yeah, that came out. They he had a whole bunch of shit that came out between like 08 and 09. Especially since I went to school like in North Carolina, it's like all of a sudden niggas were like, all the Gucci shit. That's all you heard when you go to the clubs. That's all you fucking heard was Gucci. But I'll probably give it to Drake still, just because that was like his like, I guess coming out season, so to speak, because it was So Far Gone, and then I think Think Me Later came out late that year, or was that 2010?
Which one?
Think Me Later.
Think Me Later came out in 2010.
That was 2010. Okay. Yeah, but he was popping in 09. Yeah, that's when he started really making like a name for himself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll definitely give it up to Drake. Producer, I said 40, and I also said Drummer Boy.
Yeah.
I was like Drummer Boy probably up there running up. What album did I say? I said So Far Gone and Blueprint 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you think of Blueprint 3 though? You said it was okay.
Yeah.
But you feel like it was just better than what else came out that year?
I mean, it was probably the most popping thing, like mainly because of Empire State of Mind.
Yeah.
And then what's the shit he did with supposed to be?
On to the next.
Yeah.
I actually like that one. I like that one.
Yeah. So yeah, for the most part, our list is kind of similar.
No Relapse.
Nah, I thought Relapse came one lower. Did that came out on 09?
2009.
That was 09? Oh, shit. I thought that was Revival. No, Revival came out. When that shit came out?
2010. That's when
That was 10.
Recovery came out. 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's coming from an Eminem verse.
Right. Yeah, that's probably like Wayne's World album.
Yup.
It wasn't good.
No. No.
But like the die-hard Eminem fans were still going to buy it regardless. So.
Right. I've never been one, to be honest, so I wasn't really like, I was like, all right. Cool.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Next up, 2008.
This is probably one of the easiest ones. Actually, no, there's a couple easy years for me. This one right away, I mean, it's just like Lil Wayne,
Yeah.
Carter 3, A Milli, Bangladesh. I mean, that was the first thing I thought of, literally. So Lil Wayne, Best Artist, Bangladesh, and I put Bangladesh, I put Drummer Boy. I think I also put Jim Johnson too. But Jim Johnson, not as much as those two. The album, Carter 3, and then I put American Gangster as a honorable mention for that one because I love that album.
I thought that was 07.
You actually might be right. I think it might be 07. It might actually be
I
07.
think they came out in 07.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so forget that. But I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So I put A Milli. I put for the song A Milli because A Milli was like the song that just. I mean, there was like 15 million remixes of it.
Yeah.
Just everybody growing up where I grew up, people that didn't even like rap. Everybody knew the song. Everybody knew it. Like, you know what I mean? It's it was one of those beats. That's why I had to give it to Bangladesh.
Between that and Lollipop.
And Lollipop. That's what. Yeah, exactly. Like Lollipop. I mean, just Carter 3. I mean, no album even comes remotely close. I mean, when that came out, that was I feel like. You know how many guest appearances he had been making and all the mixtapes, but just really the guest appearances building up so much energy and everyone was so excited. And when I heard Lollipop for the first time, I wasn't like blown away.
I wasn't either at first.
At all. But I'm glad you mentioned that song because Jim Johnson at that year, and Jim Johnson's kind of a cool character himself, growing up in like Florida, the white boy from Florida, grew up and then became a record executive and then started getting into producing.
Oh,
and he was influenced by like old school like Miami like 2 Live Crew and shit.
Okay.
So his like the way his drum patterns and his 808s. In 2008, he probably dominated the charts more than any other producer because he had Whatever You Like with T.I. Then he had Kiss Me Through the Phone, Soulja Boy, and he had Lollipop. So he had like these real radio songs that year. But I still gave it to Bangladesh. And then I said Drummer Boy too, because Drummer Boy did Put On, which is probably one of my runner-ups for that song of that year. Because I feel like overall Jim Johnson didn't impact rap the way Drummer Boy did. I think Drummer Boy, the way he impacted trap production, he influenced it more than anybody else. Just the way he did like chord progressions. He started doing chord progressions. That was the big thing I noticed was like just 4-part chord progressions, like Put On. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I like the way it bounces, but there's a chordal movement to it.
Oh yeah.
I love that about his music, his beats. What about you, bro?
All right, artist definitely Lil Wayne. I mean,
who would be the competition? Like, I mean, really?
You could say T.I.
I know. I was gonna say Tip, maybe, but like it's not
T.I.,
even close. Though.
right.
It's like it's still not even close. But that's just my opinion.
Maybe Jeezy, probably Jeezy as well. If you want to put a runner up, but there's Lil Wayne all that, and Carter 3 all that stuff. However, I did say an underrated album from that year, Theater of the Mind, Ludacris.
Theater of the Mind. I actually really like that one too. I remember listening to that.
That was
shit.
a dope ass album.
I actually remember listening to that. I remember really liking it, especially after Release Therapy. Release Therapy came out before that. I didn't like that shit at all. But I really liked Theater of the Mind. That was fun, man. It was just a good record. There was a bunch of joints on there, but then they had a joint with Nas and Hov. And He had a whole bunch of shit.
I did it for hip hop. That shit was fire.
He Do the Right Thing. I like that song too. That was a good song too. There was a whole bunch of joints on there.
The shit he did with T-Pain. One More Drink.
One More. Oh yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, I say that was definitely all.
I did really like that one.
That was
That was a fun one.
But yeah, Wayne, Bentley Dash, Drummer Boy, the Carter 3. And like, it's really no competition for all.
Right, it's just like kind of easy.
Yeah.
I like Paper Trail though. Paper Trail, I like that album. I remember getting that one, the CD of it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought, What's Happening, What's Up, What's Happening, tracks like that.
Swagger Like Us.
Man, I wanted to like that song.
You didn't like that song?
I didn't really like it that much, to be honest, man. Like,
Why
despite the performances, I just kind of like the beat, man. I didn't really like the beat that much. I just didn't really like it that much. I didn't really like it that much.
I heard it was supposed to be a Jay-Z song originally. That's what I heard. But then with Kanye and Weezy were using auto-tune, and Jay was like, nah, I don't want no auto-tune on my album. So T.I., you can have that shit.
Yeah, DOA came out. Like
Yeah.
The next year.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, he has some T.I. has some joints on there. I think now, and I love T.I. I've liked T.I. since 2003. So seeing him get to a place in his career where he's pulling like Rihanna and Justin Timberlake on his track, I was happy as shit to see him win because he came up from Africa.
And then commercially, that was probably like his best
album. It was his biggest one. I was super happy for him, so I bought that shit right away. Absolutely, great production on that one. So that was definitely one of the albums I listened to a lot that year.
Yeah.
Still. Dead and Gone with Justin Timberlake, Live Your Life.
Right. That's how you know he made it. He got a song with Rihanna.
Right, yeah. Song with Rihanna, yeah. He got a little poppy and whatever, but it was still good though.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for 08. That's all I had.
Yeah, that's about it, bro.
All right.
2007. So this is one of numerous Kanye years for me, where it's just Kanye.
Yeah.
For me, it was artist is Kanye. Producer was Kanye, album was Kanye, Graduation, and my song, like, the most popular one was Stronger, but for me, Can't Tell Me Nothing is like...
It was definitely a better song.
But Can't Tell Me Nothing was like my favorite song. True. Out of that one. And he didn't even produce that shit, but we'll get to it in a second.
Right.
But yeah, man, that album was fucking fantastic. One thing I really liked about it was... being somebody that likes synthesizers and electronic music, I really liked how he took synthesizers and made it a big part of Graduation. Just like, the album before, Late Registration, had a lot of orchestral arrangements with John Bryan, who's an acclaimed film score writer. This one was like real synth heavy, and I love synthesizers. So he had that cool futuristic kind of vibe. I mean, the joint with T-Pain, just so many joints. Even Barry Bonds, they had so many songs on that album, bro. That album was fucking amazing. Right. And I like how it was actually kind of short too. I liked how it was like 13 tracks. I like when people do that. They don't bloat it too much. They don't throw too much nonsense in there. I love that track. That was an amazing album, bro. That was an amazing album.
Right. I remember I actually went ahead and bought it. Because that was the whole thing with him and 50 Cent.
Right, the competition, 50 got fucking smoked. But
yeah, I actually went out and bought Graduation.
That means a lot come from you, bro. I
actually went out and bought it.
I fucking bought it. I remember I bought this shit. I bought it. I love the album art. It was some like Japanese artists or some shit like that.
Yeah.
It was dope. It was just dope, man. It was colorful and stuff. I loved it. What did you say for that year?
Oh, definitely Kanye. I said Kanye. Wait, who I said producer? Kanye, and I said the Runners of the world. The Runners.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah. They did a lot of joints with DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled at that time. That was DJ Khaled's first album, I think. It was his first album. I'm pretty sure.
Was that 07? Yeah.
I think so.
06,
We Taking Over, I think. Was that the lead song? I forget. I kind of confused me.
I think nobody. I was say 06. Maybe 06, 07.
What else did the Runners do? I'm trying to remember what they did that year.
That year, they did a whole bunch of stuff that year. I can't think of it right now on the top of my head. But yeah, it was a whole bunch of stuff with DJ Khaled.
Ooh, you know what else happened in 2007? I heard Justice League for the first time.
Yes.
Off the Boss album.
Justice
Maybach Music. Maybach Music part 1, the original with Hov.
Yeah.
That was fucking amazing. That beat's amazing. That was the first time I ever heard them. I was like, damn, man, they're fucking disgusting.
And I don't think they ever made I don't think they ever produced a bad track. To my knowledge.
No.
As soon as you hear Justice League, boom, you already know.
It's fire.
One, you already know it's Rick Ross most of the time.
Yeah, most
9 times out of 10 it's Rick Ross.
Right.
Or if it's not his song, he's somewhere on it.
I wish, and they should have had more. It should have had even more artists on them. I swear.
Right.
They're so fucking good, man. But I mean, Ross, that's not a bad one to be a frequent collaborator of.
Oh, yeah.
No,
of course, underrated, I said American Gangster.
Oh yeah, so that since you made me aware of that, yeah, American Gangster is definitely a runner-up, a worthy runner-up to Graduation, which is says a lot. I mean, I thought American Gangster when I heard that shit, I honestly, man, it felt like a classic album to me. Like honestly,
right.
Did. And I feel like if it had came out earlier in the career before Kingdom Come, I bet it would have been like classic. That shit's classic. Everyone's like classic.
If he did American Gangster
didn't
instead of Kingdom Come.
If he had made that, everyone would have been like, American Gangster's another classic. That's 2 in a row. Black Album, American Gangster. Right. But because American Gangster was kind of a one-off, I think at the same time though, I think if it wasn't for Kingdom Come, I bet we wouldn't have American Gangster. American Gangster, one thing I liked about it wasn't trying to be too commercial. It was just like trying to be what it was. And a lot of times if you have a hugely successful album like the Black Album, you want to follow it up with another album that's going to be hitting the pop charts. But Jay didn't give a fuck about that. He was like, let me just put out some shit that inspires me, and it was fantastic. Production's fantastic. Yeah, Pharrell. Diddy did a very good job with like what he executive produced. He did a very good job with that. And then Just Blaze came through for that fucking fantastic one, which is just a fantastic flip on Isley Brothers. That we've all heard a million in one time. We've all heard that shit, but like the way he took that bridge of the song, it's like 6 minutes into the song, he found the bridge. You know, it's the same song, Big, you know, that the way he implemented that was dope. And then Toomp, oh my god, Toomp had a couple joints on there. Oh yeah. And then Just Blaze with the final track, American Gangster, the title track, fantastic. It was on some Touch the Sky shit. It was fantastic. Oh, yeah.
I know.
I mean, like,
that's probably my favorite track.
I know is fire. That little like arpeggio,
right?
The little drum bouncing with it.
And then just like the story he was telling with the song, like he's talking about drugs. It's like you think he was talking like about like a breakup type shit in the song.
Oh yeah,
like he's talking about drugs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, right. That was like the theme of the song, right?
Yeah.
He talks about that a lot in his books too. I read one of his books. He's talking about two sides of being an abuser. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's addicted to the fast life the same way the fiend is addicted. Was that what you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like he's addicted to fast life. Just like the fiend is addicted to the drugs he's selling. Yeah, that was a dope one. Even Blue Magic was cool too.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Oh, The Cool came out that year too.
You like that one, huh?
The Cool? Yeah. Lupe
said, yes, how the fuck you not like that? That's what you said that shit.
Yeah, that was Lupe's best album.
You think it was Lupe's best album?
To me, that was the best album, The Cool.
Man, I disagree. I gotta say the one before that I thought was a lot better. Yeah, I like that one a lot better.
I mean,
I just didn't get what he was talking about with The Cool. I didn't understand the characters that he was talking about. I just didn't get it.
He was at that point. He was kind of like on a more like worldwide basis versus just like whatever is happening in America type shit.
Yeah, I can definitely hear that.
Yeah,
I've definitely had some joints. I like Paris, Tokyo. I liked a couple. Sip Hop Save My Life was really, really good. Yeah. I really like that song.
What's the joint?
The joint with Snoop was dope.
Oh yeah.
There's quite a number of good ones. You know why I have that reaction that I didn't like it that much is because I love Food and Liquor so much. I like that one so much. When I heard him rapping, I was like, this is like gonna be the new like conscious kind of like post Kanye. He's gonna carry on the torch. He's like because like at that time I was kind of actually wanting raps that were more thoughtful, that were more like deep. But you had like them Franchise Boys and all that southern shit. I didn't really want that shit as much at the time. I wanted something that was real thought provoking. So when I heard that record, Food and Liquor, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna take over. And then the next album, like the expectations I had were just so ridiculously high. That's part of the reason why I feel like I wasn't feeling it as much. I feel like it was mad long. It was like 20 tracks. But that's just me.
Definitely underrated. But 2007 is definitely Kanye.
Yeah, man. That shit,
I mean,
I forgot. Curtis, was that the name of the album? I forget that shit.
That was. But no, it was some fire on that album too.
You like that one?
I Get Money.
I didn't listen to the whole shit.
I
Get Money was fucking dope. Fire. That was dope.
Fucking what else?
Other than that, I don't know.
Ayo Technology, the shit with him and Justin Timberlake.
Oh, Justin Timberlake.
That shit was fire too. That was a good song too.
Timberlake was on that.
Yeah, Timberlake did the beat.
That was cool.
Yeah, he had some hits on that joint too. It just didn't compare to Kanye. And then also Lil Wayne was still doing his thing in 07.
So, Carter too? Was that?
No, I'm just talking about as far as like features and like mixtapes.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
The drought, all that shit.
The drought, like dedication. T-Pain was in the state 92. 06 and 07. If you were to include T-Pain.
Oh yeah, it's like that's rap.
Like, yeah. No, so I was having this convo with my roommate the other day. Who do you think was hotter, T-Pain or Lil Wayne during that time?
Damn, making this pick, bro. You can't have like Wayne on the first and him on the. Oh my god. I mean that's really hard. I probably would say Lil Wayne just edges it.
Yeah.
But I mean I think at certain points like they were just scorching hot.
Yeah.
And they were so hot. Like so I wouldn't say there was a point. I feel like maybe Lil Wayne, I mean that's kinda hard to say, but I just feel like it's a little different for me only because T-Pain wow, it's actually no, but they're actually so similar. That's actually kinda hard for me to judge it. Cause they both had like the guest feature game completely on lock because T-Pain would do all the chorus. You know what I mean? He would do all these different choruses for people. And then Wayne would do guest verses. So they both were great with that. And then they also had their own shit that was super hot.
Exactly.
I wouldn't say either one of them at any point, like if you just look at a snapshot of one like moment, that one was hotter than the other because they were both like 100%. 100%. But I think maybe just Wayne, for me, maybe because I also listened to more of his albums. Like, I didn't really listen to T-Pain albums like that. It was more like singles that I heard and stuff. But T-Pain changed music, like, in a huge way. He might have changed music more than Lil Wayne did. That's the thing I think actually, because you look at what T-Pain did with auto-tune,
right,
set the stage. I mean, Lil Wayne then emulated it because when Lil Wayne started doing it. So honestly, I would say
everybody started doing this shit after that.
And I remember when T-Pain came out, was his first one, rapper turned singer. I remember like when that came out, me and my friend Jackson were breaking down all the beats because he was using the same GarageBand program we were using.
Oh,
he used presets, the same presets we were using. We're like, how the fuck did he do such a good job with that, with the same shit we had? We had really basic ass shit. Right. He made like the whole song. He did all the singing. I mean, he's super talented. I really think, man, I think he might not get the flowers he deserves, to be honest.
Right.
Like, in terms of longevity and stuff. Like, I didn't even answer your question. It's hard. It's a hard question, man. I mean, what did you say to your roommate?
I honestly couldn't say, to be honest, because like they're kind of, it's like they're similar but different at the same time. Like for like T-Pain, it was like easy for him to go more pop just because he's singing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The auto-tune, and then when auto-tune started getting popping, it would be easier for him to like go pop. But at the same time, Lil Wayne was getting to that pop point, especially once Carter 3 finally dropped or whatever. Like he was like a mega star by that time.
Right.
So like it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah. No, I definitely think it's hard to say.
From a longevity perspective, Wayne.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, like, retrospect, it's easy to say Wayne.
It's easy to say Wayne just because longevity. Yeah, because T-Pain kind of had that. I don't want to say quote unquote drought. Like he was like gone for like 4 or 5 years. Yeah, and then made a comeback.
Yeah, he said he spent $60 million. That's what he said in the interview. He spent $60 million. Yeah. Sheesh. That's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Especially like someone from Tallahassee, Florida. I mean,
right.
Not a lot of people make it out of that area to go to like music the way he did, producing his own shit, writing his own shit, doing it himself. Like, it was crazy. Yeah. I mean, honestly, that shit. Like, I think I really downplayed that record because I think it might be some classic shit. Honestly, like just in terms of what it.
Epiphany was definitely a good album. That was the second one.
Yeah.
That was definitely a good album. That's probably his best one, in my opinion. But yeah, longevity, I'd probably say Wayne. But if I had to pick one, like if I had to pick like from 07 between T-Pain and Wayne, I'll probably say T-Pain, but slightly. Slightly.
I can see that.
And that's mainly just because T-Pain had an album out by that point and Wayne didn't.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Granted, he had mixtapes, but it's just like.
Yeah, a different level of visibility. Yeah. Not everybody's attuned to it.
Like your average person's not gonna listen to like a mixtape.
No. Especially
casual. I ain't gonna say average, but casual.
Yeah, casual. Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna get to their ears. You know what I mean? You get.
Cause personally, I didn't even start getting into mixtapes until like I started listening to G-Unit. So about like 05 is when I really started getting to the mixtape game.
It's crazy, man. I never really did to this day. To this day, I never really got into it. No.
Not even Cole?
Oh, well, shoot, that's a lie. That's actually probably it. That's probably when I did. That's probably it. That's probably when I did. I was so obsessed with, like, because I was so obsessed with beats and shit. I was so obsessed with engineering. I like the big budget shit because I was like, oh, yeah, like, the way it sound, like, I was always just good looking for that. And I listened to the radio. I used to listen to the radio a lot. Too.
Same.
So for me, like, the only shit that got played was like, you know, at least on Jammin' 94.5 in Boston was radio shit that I had a budget. So, but I mean, I'm sure I missed tons of good music by just listening to what the music programmer, the guy in the big office who decides what we're gonna listen to type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He just decided to push random shit and not push other shit.
That's why I don't listen to the radio now. It's the same shit over and over.
Right, it is the same shit. It really is.
Yeah.
I listen to it sometimes just for me to kind of get a feel for what's going on with it. But other than that, just to stay in touch with it.
Yeah.
It's my production. You 2006? We done with 2007?
Yeah, I think we're done with 2007. Yeah.
You look, you about to fall asleep.
I had to think for a second. No, I had to think for a second. I think we can save 06 for the next episode. All right, we're going to take a stop right here with 2007. And then next episode, we'll start with 2006. All right. You good?
Good, yes, sir. Let's do it.
Are you boy AJ?
Your boy Nick.
This is Hip Hop Vibes, a podcast. Catch y'all next time.